Don't blink if you blink. Welcome to the Welcome Show. This is New are having a wonderful day on this 13th February 2025. There's a snow outside. I'm so glad I didn't get called in for work today. Oh, it's bad. It's really bad outside. But tomorrow I'm gonna have to work to clean up snow. Today we're doing a video that is gonna be a video that I think is necessary. I think it's really necessary. So lately I've had a lot of people and think about different people. Just yesterday, I had 4 people tell me, "Hey, I'm not doing well. Okay, can you help me out?" Now, ultimately, it's hard for me because I want to help everybody. It's hard for me because I want to be there for everybody. But technically speaking, I don't have all of the answer. Okay, I don't have all the answer. I cannot be with everybody. I cannot spend time with everybody. It's physically impossible. It's humanly impossible. However, my apologies, because there's a however. It's a pretty sticky one. Hey, we have to get a Kleenex box. I had one nearby. Ah, there you go. It's empty. Okay. There you go. Haha. It just fell. It just fell, friends. It just fell. So, and then I know it's hard to believe that a lot of people, that many people came in, right? But I think it's a cool thing because I think my content investment in my life, right? And you can tell that in my life I've had good days, I've had bad days, I've had good months, I've had bad months. I went through shit, I vanquished shit, right? It's I think it's quite humane to show the darker the darker day, but the day where you don't feel like you should be showing. You don't feel like, oh, this is noise, this is not noise. No, and I feel like the fact that we're able to show that is a bit more humane. It's a bit more, it's a bit more genuine. The genuinity right now is a big thing for me. Being genuine. I'm dealing with a imposter syndrome right now, and it's really bad. And it's really bad because once again I'm going to AA meetings, okay? Because I have a dependence to porn, to food, and to making content, right? But I don't have an alcohol problem. I don't drink. I'm gonna drink like once a month, 2 times, 3 times a month, right? But I'm going there because it's battling addiction. So the advice, if you take away the alcohol, and for example, right now I would feel like watching porn, right? I would go to a meeting and they would talk about, and every time they say the word alcohol, I would replace it with porn, okay? Or with food, the same thing, the exact same thing. We're making content a bit more different because it's a bit of a unique situation, right? But and I'm dealing with a lot of guilt. I'm dealing with a lot of guilt because I'm lying to these people. I'm lying to these people because, you know, they'll tell me, "Hey, since when do you have a problem with alcohol?" And I'll just answer, "I'm not ready to talk yet," you know. I could just say I don't have a problem with alcohol, but I have a problem with addiction. And I'm sure some of them would understand. But it would have changed my experience there, possibly. And I want the Perth experience that way. If it fixed so many other people, right? It fixed so many other people. And because it fixed so many other people, the way it is. See, it's complicated. Okay, so this is a video. This has nothing to do with AA. This has nothing to do with addiction. Promise. This is just a mise en bouche. This is just the introduction, right? We're gonna call this pain for. I'm gonna call this video for you in pain. So yeah. So with the addiction, with the AA, I'm seeing a lot of people that are different. They have their different version of the addiction. They have this different intensity of the addiction. Some of them are a little bit addicted. Some of them are very addicted, right? But the program doesn't really change. The advice you might receive change. The people you go with might change. But the program doesn't change. And if the program would change for me, I don't know if it would be, if it would be beneficial. But I'm understanding that sometimes a certain speech can be helping you via whatever. This helped you, this helped me, right? It doesn't really matter how it helped as long as it did help, kind of things, right? So as long as it did help, then the program, quote unquote, is helpful. And because the program, quote unquote, is helpful, then you do whatever you want, right? So with the people coming to me, right? And it's weird because right now I'm very involved in the AA. I go to a meeting every single night. it's a very weird thing because I'm seeing people come to me for advice, and I've been here for 2 weeks. And again, I'm helping people that have an addiction that I don't have, right? So it's easy. I would I, somebody came to me. Somebody would come to me and have addiction to adrenaline. I'll be like, yeah, is it worth your life? No, possibly not. So might be wanting to do that as a motivation, right? But they put me in almost this mentorship thing, and it's a weird thing because this mentorship thing is I never had a position of leadership. I never wanted a position of leadership. I never wanted that. I never wanted it. I never thought about myself, even with my with making content. I don't see myself as a leader, right? I'm gonna have a I'm gonna have mods, and if there's a person that is too on the live, I'm gonna say you'll ban them because I don't like banning people. I don't like being authoritative, right? Which is a huge problem. It comes from a lack of confidence, from assertance, right? So being in those reunion and the fact that they put me in a way of mentorship, right? It taught me that in see it's weird. It's really weird because this is not the first time in my life that people come to me for advice, right? That happened multiple time in a row. There's period for whatever reason, there's gonna be a period when I'm not gonna receive a single I'm not doing well. Then I'm gonna get a period where I get four. I'm thinking about four people right now. Four people out of the top of my head that came to me this week. I said yesterday, but it might have been also before yesterday, so the day before. So technically speaking, Tuesday, we're Thursday today, the 13th of February. There's a snowstorm outside. Hell yeah. So and it's weird because you're tended to give the same advice, and I was like, why do I make a video about advice that really helped me, and advice that really helped me, right? And it's nuts because I'm not the best person to do so. I'm not the best person to give an advice on that. I have a pretty fucked up life, right? I got addiction. There's a fucking rat infestation in my building. I'm broke. I'm really broke. Um, but I'm happy. I'm happy. That gotta mean something, right? I have bad days. I had a bad day yesterday, but then I made content and it fixed me. Right? So I think the advice I can give you for you in pain. Okay, and it's a shitty advice. It's a shitty advice, and listen, it's gonna be hard to hear, but I'm here for you. Okay. I've had a huge depression at 22 years old, biggest depression, where I stayed for almost 3 years, right, where I wasn't doing okay. I had moments of, I'm gonna say redemption. I had moments of healing, but then I would face the real world, which is going outside, having a job, going outside, me talking to people, going outside, being on fucking Tinder was a challenge, right? And it took me 3 years to heal, from 22 to 25. Now at 25, I had the job that I had last time, the 7 years job. Yeah, so that really helped. That really helped. Um, but that depression was so bad, and then at that same job, I had death threat, and I fell into another depression, right? And that other depression took me 4 months to heal. 3 4 months to heal. And there's a huge part of this that really helped me heal, and this is what I'm about to talk about. The biggest part that helped me heal was the fact that I understood that 22 years old to 25 years old period of my life, that this depression, it was a not necessarily a sign per se, but it was akin. It was very akin to my growth, to how I see things, so how I deal with things, right? I'm dealing with A, B, C. Well, I was able to learn to deal with A, B, and C because I've had to deal with D and E, and because I had to deal with D and E, then I got more assurance. This depression built me. This depression broke me down. This depression broke me down on a note where I'm not. It's weird. I often talk about before I came to the apartment, I didn't have a life, right? My parents were very involved in my life. There wasn't a Stefan. There was forget about it. ink. That's Stefan before I moved into the apartment. And I discovered myself in the apartment. And those periods of being broke, those periods of poverty, those period of really a messy life, really taught me a lot about life, right? Now, that's true. Okay, that's true. However, there's a little bit of a miscommunication here. There's a little bit of a dishonesty here. A year in the understanding who I am, I fell into that big depression. I come to the apartment at 20 years old. At 22, I fell into a depression that was humongous. Was there a lot of the depression that changed me? The person that I am today is more so a result of me in the apartment, or more so me about being my depression. And yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna give you the perfect answer because there's no perfect answer. But I understand today that the person I am today, the person that's strong enough to be, it's fucked up. Okay, it's fucked up. The person that is strong enough to look like they know what the fuck they're doing. So when people ask, "What should I do?" because you look like you know what you're doing, they ask you. Huh? Only confidence I can give you is there's a way out of the tunnel. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You're in suffering right now, but it's gonna build you up. Okay, I know it's awful right now, but make it out of life. If you make it out of life, you'll be a better person. You'll be, I won't say invincible, right? But you'll be such a better person. You'll be such a better person. I want you guys to picture depression. You guys to picture pain as this prison, right? As this prison. And you're kind of young before you'll be. I think, again, I'm talking about man perspective. I think every single man should have their heart broken. I think every single man should go through the biggest love of their life and have their heart broken. Why? Because it builds you. I want you guys to picture, okay? I want you guys to picture yourself as this person that possibly doesn't have the most experience in life, okay? And it breaks you down, and it breaks you down, and it breaks you down. And then you rebel, you rebel, right? And saying, fuck you, fuck this system, fuck everybody. I was blaming the system when the problem was me, right? And this 3 years were prison, right? It wasn't any prison bars, it wasn't any prison food. I never went to prison, knock on wood. And I was in jail. I was in jail here. These are 4 walls, right? Wall, bars, wall. Is that the exact same thing? And well, no matter how hard I tried to break out of it, all I understood, I tried. Of course, I tried to escape prison before. Of course. The first year was that trying to escape prison at any costs. And so I just had to do my time. Time heals all wound. It's bad to say, but it's true. And then time heals all wound. And then one day there's another guard that's called Stefan, right? And Stefan came to me. My name is also Stefan. What a coincidence. Stefan came to me and he opened my cell door. He told me my sentence was over. Now this is all an image. This is not true. This never happened, right? This is all an image. I went out of jail. And I learned that jail had taught me a lesson. Taught me to be more balanced and more stable, right? That jail created a fear of jail. That depression created a fear of depression. That depression created a fear of depression. I don't want to go back there, so I'm going to make everything that I can to not go back to depression. Because it's a fucking hellish place, right? But again, the advice, tough it up. Tough it up. I know it's hard, right? But tough it up. Because when you tough it up, there's rewards after. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think there's light at the end of every single tunnel. Maybe my addiction. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? I created this channel to escape my real life. Okay, but creating this channel was the best thing that ever happened to me. The best thing. And if it wasn't for pain, there would be no channel. There would be no all the friendships that I made here, all the people that I've met, the good and the bad, they all stem from this period of my life that was a bit harder. Right? There's an expression that I love. It's a calm before the storm. By the way, there's a snowstorm outside. You want to see the snowstorm? Cool. I got you, boo boo. There's always going to be this expression of the calm before the storm, right? And then you understand that there's the storm before there's the calm before the storm, but you always understand also, right, that after the storm, there's peace. Look at the shit. This is this morning. Look at this shit. Right? Now nobody remembers the calm after there's nobody remembers the calm before the storm. Nobody remember the calm after the storm. We just remember the storm, right? That's amazing because that storm changed us. I'm gonna give you a question, and that's gonna be the end of the video. Okay. A message. Well, thank you for the invitation to your live that I don't care about. Cool, pug, whatever. What if I told you? Okay, like, just a question, just a little, je ne sais quoi. What if I ask you? I'm giving you the opportunity to work the hardest you've worked for 2 years of your life. For 2 years. And I'm giving you an exchange. I'm giving you 10 years of you don't have to worry about cash. Would you do it? Would you sacrifice 2 years for 10 years? Depression was sacrificing 2 years of my life. And of course, I went back to depression, right? Now, I have to be honest here. I have to be transparent here. When you do get a depression, you never really cure it, right? So, the first depression you have is the hardest depression. It's the hardest depression. Now they'll come back to it. They'll come back, right? They'll come back. I'm not sure. They won't come back automatically. I'm not sure what's gonna make it come back. They'll come back, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.